Hello everybody. So today we're going to be tying a hare's ear. This is a super great fly, especially this time of year, March, April, even the beginning of May. Works well, works very well. There's lots of different variations of this fly. Today I'm just going to be tying the classic. It's like the old school variation of it. Um, Really great fly. Everybody should have these in their box. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. This is gonna be on a size 12 for the sake of the video, and size 12 is not a bad one anyway. Um, and I already went ahead and put the lead on. It's about 7 wraps of lead. If I was to do that on the video, I'm all fingers and thumbs, so it would just be in a mess. And I have no fingernails or anything, so it'd be really hard to put it on there and probably annoy you guys. So using an 8/0 black, just a uni thread. We're going to go ahead and start that right behind the eye. A couple of wraps, and then we're going to go across the lead just to kind of hold it in place. A couple of wraps back and forth over it. Don't really have to cover the whole thing because we're going to build a taper with the dubbing. So go ahead and run your thread back to the pin to the hook. And I'm using a barbless hook, which I really like. All right, so hare's ear mask. You can get these just about any fly shop. So on the tail, I like to use the guard hairs inside of this, and I usually use them right above the eyes. See the little eyes of the mask right here. So right up here in this area, there's like this pocket. So I usually cut them from there. Cut a little chunk of them here. Alright, and as you can see, there's a little chunk of them there, and we're going to just pull out all the under fur. Just going to get it all cleaned out and everything, and this tail isn't real long, and it's really not that thick either. So just kind of thin it down a little bit as you see fit. It looks about right. And I only do about a half a centimeter in length, so about a half a hook shank maybe. And I'll just set it on there, and I do a double pinch wrap. That seems to work for me. Kind of keeps it on top, and then I secure it in, wrap it up. Okay, you can see the tail there, kind of a bushy little rabbit tail. It might be just a tad long, but we're going to go ahead and leave it though, just because it's not terrible. All right, now you can use a tinsel, a gold tinsel, or whatever you see fit. I really like to use this opal, or I'm sorry, this gold half oval tinsel. I think it looks good, and it's not overbearing. So we'll just tie that in. Put that in the tool holder out of the way, or the material holder, I mean. And the dubbing is just, again, it's hare's ear dubbing. All this underfur and everything in here, when you pull this out, you can use a dubbing rake and so forth to get all the underfur and everything out of there. I've already done a lot of that, so I make a lot of my own dubbing, so I already made some of this dubbing from the mask. So I'm going to put a little bit of wax on there. Okay, and then this one you want to kind of do a tight noodle, because we're going to build a taper, so I always do kind of a long, tight noodle. I don't want it to be super loose or anything like that, so probably, I don't know, 2 inches, 2.5 inch noodle works well. Just dub it on there nice and tight. Alright, we just start wrapping our way forward. Just kind of start doing a bit of a taper. Just a touch more, not too much more, just a little bit, because where the wing case starts is just about 50% of the fly, maybe 60% of the fly. So keep that in mind. You always want to give yourself enough room for the wing case. All right, that looks good enough. Now we just counter wrap the rib. See, I think that gives plenty of flash, plenty of rib. You can use a small tinsel too, gold if you want, but like I said, I really enjoy this. So I'm going to secure it. And when I secure this for counter wrapping, I always do one backwards wrap on it and then a forward wrap. And that seems to work for me. I think if you guys have seen my other videos, you see me do that. When I counter wrap, it secures it off nice and strong. And we'll snip it. I need to get new scissors. Alright, now I'll just kind of secure that a little bit. Now the wing case is turkey feather. You can see the turkey feather right here. You can see I kind of take it out of the middle here because I like this color. I like this molded look, or this modded look, the color and everything. So, and maybe 8 quills or so. It's kind of thick down at the bottom, so, and it's thinner up at the top. I tied in backwards, so I always cut some of this thick off. And you can see it's dull on one side, and it's a little more shiny on the other side. So I always put the shiny side down so that when we fold it over, that comes up. And we'll just lay that on top, like that. And I do a loose wrap to kind of secure it, make sure it's in place. Rolled a little bit on me. There we go. Just kind of secure that. Okay. I'm going to wrap it forward a little bit. All right. Now the thorax here, the front part here, when you're dubbing it, you want a little bit of guard hairs in there. You want it to be kind of bulky and guard hairs that kind of represent wing or legs, I mean. So I usually take the Hares Ear mask again then, and I just kind of take my fingers and I just pinch some of the guard hairs out. Just kind of all over the head of it like that. This is easier for me. So as you can see, I got a bunch of guard hairs in there, and then I take some of the dubbing and I just kind of mix it in there. So I got guard hairs in with the dubbing. I'm sure there's easier ways to do it, but this is the way I do it. So some more wax. Oop, got a bit of a glob going there, so we'll just kind of smooth that out. All right, now this one you want to dub a little looser, not so tight as much as you did the other, because you want this to be buggy looking. You really want it to be buggy looking and things to stick out and kind of be everywhere. So that's why we do the guard hairs. So I'm just going to put a little bit here on the noodle, and again I do about a 2-inch noodle because we're also going to make this a little thicker. Alright, now we just kind of start wrapping. I start at the front, wrap back, and then come back up. Kind of pull that back a little bit, and we'll finish right behind the eye. I got a little bit forward there, but we're okay. We can just push that back. Once you get it pushed back, bring your turkey feather wing case up, and I again use pinch wraps to hold stuff. You can see there, a couple wraps behind it, a couple wraps in front of it to really secure it. Oops, sorry about that. That one fell off there. I didn't have it good secured on there very well. Okay, snip the excess off there. Well, having a heck of a time on that, aren't I? There we go. All right, grab whip finish. Well, this fly just does not want to cooperate with me very well. It's alright, things happen. Well, I don't understand what's going on here with my whip finish here. We'll just toss that one aside and we'll get my other one there. I think some old and used. So we'll do 3 or 4 whip finish on that. Okay, kind of clean that up a little bit there. All right, then we take our Velcro, brush it out a little bit, kind of brush it down and out, Give it that buggy look, those legs. There you go, and then I will clean up the head just a little bit. Then put a dab of head cement on it. Lots of fuzzes there on that head. Camera shows everything. Alright, just drop up there. A little bit on the underneath. Alright, sorry about the focus there. And there you have it. Classic Hares Ear. Pretty simple fly, really works well. Appreciate you guys. If you please subscribe and hit the like button, and we'll keep going. Have a good day.